Right, welcome back to another third age Total War Divide and Conquer. This is the Rohan campaign. Not quite sure what will happen in here. It's been a little while. Now, I do have a few things that I do want to talk about. Everything that I talk about today is from a video that I watched just before. Bar me one of my statements that I want to get over and done with. Which is probably the saddest news that and stuff that I'm going to talk about in today's video, and that is the sad deaths in the passing of Hulk Hogan, wrestler, fucking, and movie star. I fucking loved watching those little movies that he had, and
Your orders, my lord.
Ozzy Osbourne. Fucking love Black Sabbath. Then me and a friend from work were talking about like how great it would have been to be able to go and see see Black Sabbath during the farewell tour. Unfortunately, that isn't how it's going to be. So yeah, no, we're quite really sad about the passing of those two. So condolence goes out to the family. Yeah, I'm going to go back onto the Hulk Hogan for a second. I understand that he has done some bad stuff. There has been a few rumours that I've seen recently since his passing, where people have been shitting on him. I don't know if any of these are true or not, but they bother sleeping with his best friend's wife and having a sex tape on that, right? Like, everybody knows about that, but I don't think we should be shitting on somebody that's there. To the point that some people are. Some people are shitting on them, like there's no fucking tomorrow. Which I totally disagree with. I'll be back after the time skip unless something interesting happens. Right, well, like I said, I'll be back right after the time skip, and obviously something did happen. The besieging force over there, has decided to attack her. No, this is an easier one. The only things that really do scare me are the wargs and the three Uruk Reavers. They are the only things that really scare me. Everything else I can deal with, and I believe I deal with this so well that I only use. I think I only use 2, maybe 3 units because of the placement of this place. This place's placement is fucking great as long as they use just 1 ram. Right, and they just use 1 ram. So I am going to slightly skip past all this, and I will be back in a moment. Right, like I said, I'm back pretty much. Sent only 3 calf out through the side gate. I don't think I used these until the very end of this battle, and I do have my 2 3 units. They're charging out. I've got archers on the side, got them on hold fire at the moment, and I'm gonna have them target the wargs, try to melt them down. Because my defenders are pretty much going to solo this entire fucking thing. And this is a perfect fucking angle, pretty much. Most arrows go over the top of the wall, because of the angle of the hill that they're on. And pretty much go straight at the fucking side of them. It is beautiful. Now, there isn't much to be here. It is just going to be a big grind fest. So I'm going to use this as just as a background images and all that so I can get through some of my talking points. Not too many battles. Going to skip quite a few of them. Well, going to try to cut down a lot of them. Right. So I think I spoke about this before. There is a majority female-led group that are busy. That have took down several games from Steam. One of them I agreed with. That's just my personal opinion. But they've kind of pushed their luck rate a little bit, I would say now, because they have gotten like payment companies and stuff like that, like Visa, MasterCard, right, stuff like that involved, and it's getting insane. Called Collective Shout, right? They pretty much, I first heard of them about maybe a couple of weeks back now, maybe a month ago, because they wanted to take what was classed as what was an adult game off Steam. I think it had like torture play and stuff like that in. Not my sort of thing, right? Not my sort of game, but it is what it is. But it's obviously somebody's, right? And so they pretty much took this. They petitioned Steam to take this thing down. Now this collective, right, is a very woman-led collective. From the information that I've got, there's going to be a video right down below, right, talking about that game and talking about the other things that have happened, right, especially with the PayPal stuff. Not PayPal, with the payment stuff. They have decided that yes, because they are not happy that Steam allows these companies to purchase, well, to sell these things. They are petitioning the like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, other payment methods like that to take away your access rate of a study on a like to be able to purchase rate things that have got like any sexual like tags in or and stuff like that. And it's also made certain websites like Steam, certain websites, applications like in stores like Steam, and there was another one called itch.io or itch.io. Not quite sure right how to fucking say it, but they've took off their website like for all the games. Like a lot of the games have been taken off. Same with Steam. I think of over. I think this collective group went around and it's like, oh yeah, we found that there's roughly 300 games that have got incest rate like in the title, or promote like abusive and like torturous right play rate against women. So we kind of want those gone. And I think last time we heard about them was about 2 weeks ago, and they managed to get, I think it was about 100, maybe around closer to 200 of the of those games, right, that they were asking Steam to remove, that Steam ended up removing. Now, I don't think we should remove games just because people don't like it. Like, they tried to get rid of Detroit Becoming Human because they didn't like the violence in it, and they didn't like, right, how there is some scenes where it's would be classed as abusive to women. But as far as I'm aware, Detroit Becoming Human is kind of like a visual novel. You choose how you want to play. Like, you can move about, I think. Never played the game, only seen some clips. You can move around, but you choose how you say things. You choose how you're, like, because it's all, your actions have consequences and stuff like that. So it's, from my understanding, that's what it is. Your actions have consequences. This is a game where your actions have consequences.
If we continue like this,
so
we will smash the enemy.
They wanted to get rid of that because it was too violent in their eyes. Obviously it failed. But it's an Australian-based group. When GTA 5 was coming out, they got GTA 5 to be took off the stores, right, in, well, shelves in Australia. And then the shops were claiming, oh yeah, well, majority of our customers, right, don't feel safe, right, about having these games, right, on the thing. I was like, most of your customers probably don't know what it is. And if you're a game shop, of course the customers are going to know what it is. If you're like, I'm not sure, like, what, like, America's got written and all that, I will be posting, I do apologise. It is currently like 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and I am redoing this audio because the first audio was a mess. Just gonna use this as just a quick thing. Again, we get sieged like everywhere. Like, I want to know where the fuck they're getting this money from, because they get pumping out. They're just spitting out fucking army here, army there, army here, army there, army here, army there. It's like, where the fuck you got this money? You can't have this money. You got like 4 or 5 settlements left. You're fucking over.
My lord, without question.
Yeah.
Stopping here, I shall continue tomorrow.
Alright, so they got rid of fucking GTA 5 at the shops, off the shelves in the shop. Still got sold online. Right? They couldn't stop that. But their entire goal, right, is to take sexualization out of books, movies, games, anything, artwork, anything that potentially could show a little bit of sexualization, right? I'm surprised they're not asking to destroy the fucking Roman and Greek statues where they've got like the tits out, or the artwork where, like, what is it? Isn't there like an artwork, right, where like somebody's touching God, right, or an angel or something like that? Or there's like a bunch of different fucking artwork right out there, right, where they've got fucking tits out. I won't be surprised if they end up petitioning right against right to get that taken off. But it's just a pain in the ass, right? My personal opinion.
Your orders, my lord.
But they are fucking up everything pretty much, and it's just only going to get worse because they've petitioned for these games to be removed. By all means, some of the games that I agree with, I don't want to see,
yes,
but
my lord.
Somebody obviously does. Somebody else wants to pay for it. That is entirely up to them if they want to do it. Not going to judge them too hardly because everybody's got their own kings, right? Thought that was what like the entire world is nowadays. No king shaming. But I can feel like there's something. Right? No, stop. Gotta go off on something else if I don't carry on. So they've ended up getting credit cards, right? Like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, right, to change their things, right? So Steam's took off like a bunch of games. itch.io, right, or itch.io has took off a bunch of games. Now, I don't really play these games, right? I have a few friends, right, that are creators of these things that have sent me a free copy of the game. I have played the game. I had the safer work raid mode on raid and all that raid. Pretty much didn't see raid any of the fucking sexual scenes, but pretty much seen like all the images, reading the dialogue, reading all that because I like to read. So got all that through. Got to the fucking end of it. Right, I was like, oh, it's decent. I was kind of surprised by this. Only the Witch King raid of Angmar over there. Should have realised that there was an army coming towards us, but we'll see that later. Right. Now, I've played a few of the games, right? They were alright. Some of them I enjoyed, and the ones that I enjoyed, like the storyline and the artwork of, right?
Yes, my lord.
Donated a little bit of money right to them, right? And it was, when I say a little bit of money, it was a little bit of money. It was like £5, right? And like after like everybody else takes it, right? They get fucking like nothing pretty much. So that was all I did, and some of those games that I had purchased, right, because I decided to jump back on itch.io, right, or itch.io, right, signed back in locally, pretty much my password, right, for everything is more or less the same. changed up a few different digits. Signed back in, perfectly fine. Looked at it, and it was like a few of these games that I'd purchased had been took off. Like I couldn't download these games. There was no email sent to us, right, saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, you've lost access." Nothing like this. I found out that I'd lost access due to a video. Link will be in the description right to the video I was talking about. That talks a lot about this. He talks a bit more in depth right about it. He's got all the information in front of him. I'm busy reading off right fucking play cards here that I created. Fucking terrible idea. Yeah, so there is a petition going around at the current moment to stop activists like this, like the Collective Shout, which are also hand in hand with an anti-LGB group, like LGBTQ group, T group. I don't know. It's pretty much a group right that fucking hates like gays and shit like that.
Your orders, my lord.
Didn't think that was possible.
As you command.
This fight, I do very well, and once again, it is like everything else, every other sort of fight I do. It is one-sided, more or less. I do very well right against what it is, just with the calf. I think I do end up having to bring me infantry up. I think I cannot remember.
The tide of battle seems
There's like
to
a few
have turned
different fights
against
like
us.
this.
We must act and halt this turn of events.
Yes. But I know. Right. Company. This website pretty much didn't see anything with anybody. Just got rid of everything. Right. Hasn't refunded anybody. Right. Nothing. Now I think if you're going to take away a product that I purchased, you should refund. Nothing like that. Now by all means, last time I checked, there was, I think I had like 8 games that had appeared. Like one of the people had released like 3 games. I just bought all 3 of their games just to help, you know. And now most of these aren't even friends of me. These are friends of people that I know, right? And I think at first I got tricked, because it was like, oh, I like reading, and like that obviously told them like at one point I had tested a few games before. Now that wasn't a lie. I had tested a handful of games before, not on a professional basis where I was getting paid. It was more of a free thing, right? Where I'd signed up, right, and got a closed beta, right, like test rate and like stuff like that. Right, still do get a few of those, right? But obviously, I had a sign, right, something saying I wasn't allowed to talk about it, I wasn't allowed to record or play the games, right? But I was having to tell the people that had sent us the beta codes and stuff like that, or the beta discs. So I dealt with that. So like they sent us the games, right, and all that, because I talked to my friends about it, and I was like, oh yeah, look, my friends right got this game. Do you mind giving a quick test out for her? Or for her, for him, right? They, them, right? So I did. And okay, dog. And by all means, I did enjoy the storylines, enjoyed the artwork, but pay for it. Some of them, like after a while, like I think I did like about 10, and then I got a friend of a friend, right, sending his like their game. Jumped onto it, played a little bit, realized, right, that I was doing it, right, like it all stated, right, that it was everybody was over the age of 18. It just looked, and it had characters that resembled some small children, like what would be classed as like small children. I turned around and told them, look, don't send us that shit again. I think it was like 20 minutes in or something. I was like, look, I got to this point, I've got a feeling, right, that that the child's probably going to be involved. Well, the small person, right, is going to be involved. I don't want that. I understand, right, that you state, right, everybody in this game, right, is 18, everything is made up. Nobody is real in this thing, which I am fine with. Oh, this is a beautiful charge. Look, and that was like 100 and odd rates, and by the time I pull out, there was like 40, yeah, 45. Beautiful. But no, so I palmed off those ones, right? Turned around, like, look, don't want this again, right? Didn't report them because they respect my wishes. They didn't send them again. They didn't bother, right, to bug us or right or anything like that. They pretty much accepted the fact I wasn't going to play these games. I wasn't going to give them the opinion because I don't like those sort of things. I mean, never will. So that was the end of that, right? Easy as that. If you don't like a game, walk away, right? It's the same, like, I don't like eating fish. I like eating fish fingers and fish cakes, fucking crab sticks, all that shit. But you give me like a cooked fish, right? I won't be able to eat the cooked fish, right? So that would be shit, right, to fucking survive out at sea. But it is what it is, right? I'll eat fucking fish cakes and fucking fish fingers and all that shit, right? I'll do a fucking long. You give me a fucking... You try to feed me, right, a fish that's just been caught after you've got it again, cooked it. I'm not going to be able to eat it. I don't know what it is. Just can't. But it is what it is. You don't like something, move away, walk away, leave it.
Without him, his troops will lose their
But
will
obviously,
to fight.
this collective shout raid couldn't. But, like, honestly, I've lost a bunch of my games, right? And by all means, a handful of them, right, was just me, right, supporting, right, like, the different projects, right, that, like, a friend of a friend had. Go on. But it is what it is, you know? I paid for it, so you would assume that I could still be able to access it, but unfortunately, you can't. But no, so there's a poll going right on around at the moment. We do stop right the payment services, right, from
The enemy are badly bloodied.
doing this thing, because it is the payment services that have turned around, right, to itch.io, right, in Steam, and have asked, right, like, pretty much, we're changing our thing. If any games, right, or anything on your website have these things, we're going to be pulling payment services. So you're gonna have to deal with that. Like, we're not gonna allow you to have these things. Like, we're not gonna allow you to have, like, MasterCard, PayPal, stuff like that, which I think is fucking appalling. Ooh, pardon me. It is what it is. So a lot of these places have kind of scrambled, right, to appease the bigger brands, the bigger names. I don't think it's right, but it is what it is. I do apologise once again early in the morning. But there's a petition going around, right, to stop that, right, and to stop, right, the activist groups, right, from pretty much censoring what we can watch, what we can read, what we can play, right. But once again, where was this group, right, when 50 Shades of Grey were coming out? Like, that book and the movie afterwards. Where were they then? You know? Or where are the for this Netflix cuties? Right, this isn't the best picture, but look at this shit, man, right? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, skimpy clothes, right? One lassie looks like she's twerking in the fucking background. Fucking disgraceful, right? What the fuck is Netflix thinking, right? And then Netflix had to come out, right, and apologise for the unsightly, right, poster. And then they added this one, right? This one is just as bad, right? Fucking, there's a lassie on there, right, which looks like she's either wearing short shorts, right, or a skirt with a thong, right, going over it. Like, what the fuck's that, right? One of them's got a thong right over jeans, right, which isn't too bad, but two of them looks like they've got right fucking crop tops on. Give us a second, I'm pulling up the photo, right, so I can actually see. Yeah, like, well, no, sorry, all four of them have got crop tops on. One looks like it's got a skirt, right, with the knickers and all that on the outside, right, pulling it up. One's got the other two jeans on. Like, looks like might be a nice enough thing, right, about like fucking like probably pre-fucking pubescent right teens or some shit. Don't know, don't care, not my sort of thing. Don't have Netflix for this reason. There is also one other photo that I would like to show, which I will be pulling up in a moment. This photo is from the TV show, movie, whatever the fucking this cutie thing is. This is like, what the fuck's this, right? Like, are they intentionally trying to make the kids stand in what they are assuming, right, is sexual poses? Like, honestly, this makes me not want to fucking, like, I've been thinking about getting Netflix, right, to watch fucking Happy Gilmore 2. This makes me not want to have Netflix, right, anywhere in my house. Right? Like, what the fuck's wrong with people, right? I'm probably going to have to fucking censor this video, right? Because I'm going to probably guarantee, right, that YouTube will not allow me to have this video up for too long. Right? Honestly, this show, Cuties, right, by all means, no hate, right, for the actors, no hate for fucking anybody, right, who produced it, right, or do anything with it. But, unfortunately, this is going to be
What is it you wish to
what a pedo's right fucking dream.
This seems quite recent
Right.
until we meet again.
Especially when you've got like a photo like that. Like my last photo that I just showed you. Like, what is wrong with people? It makes you question the fucking world again. Yeah. So that is legit all I gotta rage about, right? But like, legit, why can't the collective shout stand up against Netflix? I honestly don't want to do that. And then one thing that I saw recently, on Collective Shout Rate website, is they are demanding X or Twitter or whatever the fuck it's called, to take off anything that is even remotely pornographic. You know, that website that got bought, right, by that billionaire, right, for fucking trillions or some shit. That ended up, right, claiming it's like, yeah, look, pretty much I'm buying this because I'm turning Twitter, right, back into a fucking free speech, right, place. Like, you can do whatever the fuck you like, right, on this plane. Yeah, like, that website, they want to take anything that's even remotely, like, pornographic. Whether that's people, right, posing, like, with the photos, actual porn, people selling services, right, like, BDSM, right, and shit like that, dominatrix, right, shit, like any of that shit, right? They'll just want Twitter to ban it, remove the people who are being posting it, and all that shit.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Stopping here. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
I came in and I watched the video that's going to be linked, right, where I got most of this information about, right? And that was roughly 1 o'clock in the morning when I watched it, right? 4 hours ago. And I'd watched it and got the fucking and saw, right, this guy when he uploaded this video, which was roughly 9 hours ago, right, when I watched it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he posted it and all that, and he was like, oh yeah, by the way, this was like this had 46,826 signatures, right? By the time I came in, right, and signed up, which was 9 hours later, it had almost 100,000 signatures. And from when I signed up, right, to stop, right, like tell MasterCard fees and activist groups stop controlling what we can watch, read, or play, right? That is legit, right, the title, right, of this petition. I signed up for it, right? And it was around, I think it was like 98,000, right? Currently, it is sitting at current time rate of recording, which is 5:30 in the morning on Saturday. It is sitting at 104,977 verified users, signatures. Right. The petition rate only seems to be asking for, I think it was 150,000 signatures. I believe that was something that told us right how much it won. But yeah, also, right, pretty much just going to read the top part right of this, right, of this issue thing, right. MasterCard and Visa have interfering with legal entertainment, often under pressure right from advocacy right groups who want to censor what they deem as problematic. We demand an end to the censorship rate of fiction and the right to choose the stories we enjoy without morale picking. Policing, right? Understandable, you know? Master and Visa right have increasingly used their financial control to pressure platforms into censoring legal fictional content. Entire genres of books, games, films, artwork are being demonetized or deplatformed, not because they're illegal, but because they offend the personal values of the executives or activist groups. This behavior is not just overreaching, it's blatant hypocrisy. Fucking can't speak. That's how early it is in the morning, had a little sip of that. These same payment processors allow platforms like OnlyFans to operate with minimal oversight, despite multiple credible reports and lawsuits alleging, right, keyword there was alleging, alleging, the presence of real sexual abuse content involving real-life minors. That is a criminal failure rate of responsibility, yet when it comes to entirely fictional depictions, these same companies act swiftly, shutting down creators, restricting access, and acting as global censors. The pressure to do this is often fueled by advocacy groups, routinely campaigning against adult-oriented content, even when it's fictional, legal, and clearly labeled for mature audience. Right? Let's be clear, these activist groups do not speak for everybody, because they don't. Adults are capable of choosing what they want to read, play, what they want to watch, read, or play. If someone doesn't like a certain type of entertainment, the solution is simple: walk away, like I said before. Like, I enjoy some horrors, not all horrors, right? Nobody is forced to engage with these content, with content they find offensive, but they have no right to dictate what others are allowed to enjoy, especially when it's within the bounds of the law. By all means, me personally, I probably don't like BDM, right, and pegging and shit like that, right? I'm not going to turn around and tell somebody right that they can't do it. Like, that's insane. And once again, like, I don't like eating fresh fish. Doesn't mean I'm going to go to the fishmongers and demand that they stop selling fish. You know? I'd be pretty much like those fucking vegan, right, fucking, like, animal abuse, right, fucking protesters, right, that is like, oh yeah, do you like eating fucking bacon? Oh yeah, well, buy away. That's animal abuse. I don't give two flying fucks. If a pig didn't want to taste fucking nice, right, if they didn't want their body to taste so fucking nice, they wouldn't have had fucking bacon, right, they wouldn't have fucking sausages, right, wouldn't have burgers, shit like this, right? So, fiction is not reality. Sex sells, and content, artist expression, market freedom must be respected in any healthy democracy society. We demand that MasterCard, Visa, and their pressure partners stop censoring legal fiction content that complies with the law and platform standards, reject influence from activist groups that promote moral panic and misrepresentative fictions as harm, be fully transparent about the content restrictions and rationale behind them, and protect creators' rights to make legal adult content, ensure a fair appeal process rate for any penalized media. Pretty much at the very end of it, it's let's creators create, consumers can choose. Payment process and activist groups should not be the cultural gatekeepers in a digital age. right? And yeah, it is true. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, right? Now, we've got a now, since, once again, like I said, I agreed with the activist group right getting rid of the game, but that was purely because I didn't like the game. I didn't like the game, right? I wouldn't play the game. I didn't like the content that I was promoting. That was purely me. Not the content creator, not the game, nothing. It was purely my opinion. I didn't like the torture, right? It was pretty much torture porn, right? Not my cup of tea. It is somebody's cup of tea. It's probably somebody's kink. Not my kink. I don't give two flying fucks. I think it's in this one that I have such a beautiful fucking charge. It's here. Right here. Watch this, right? I'm not going to talk about this because I've almost finished wrapping this up, right? But watch this charge. 106, right? 106. Down to. Beautiful charge. Beautiful. See that? Look at those numbers drop. By the time I pull out, right? Which apparently most men can't do. 4 alive. 4 alive. It takes us a while to find the 4th one, but there's 4. 4, there, I see. 4 alive from 100 rate and nod rate to 4. Beautiful charge, right? Couldn't have asked for a better charge than that, right? I think that's probably my best charge rate in this fucking series right, so far. But yeah, no, so it's a pain in the ass, right? I'm gonna refresh this petition page once, since we can. It's went up to 105,126, so it's went up a few hundred since I started talking. Fucking insane, right? Now, I am gonna stop talking about that and get back to this game, because pretty much I'm gonna stick the poll right in the description down below, right? So if it is something that you would like to follow, or to sign up for, and like get your signature on, it's down below. If it's not something that you like, or it's not something that you think, right, that is suitable for you, by all means, you don't have to. It is your choice, which it still should be everybody else's choice if they don't want to play these sort of games. I mean, because of his buying some of these games, I got an email from one of the creators saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, sorry about this, but the website itch.io has booted us off the platform. It's not my first time being booted off the platform. I didn't realize that because I didn't keep up with them. Right? It's been a while since I've spoke to this person in person. Well, not in person, right? Just directly. But to send out like a massive email with everybody that had purchased the game, right, and was sponsoring them. This is how bad this is. Gonna find it quickly, but they were telling you, they were stating how badly this oh, not you, this thing had done, right? Let's see. Yeah, so right, if you'd like to support my work and help the development continue, and consider getting the download rate on Subscribe Star, currently the only legit way to offer downloading my projects. I'm looking to raise about 2,000 a month to make up for the losses I'll be taking from itch.io to keep myself stable in making ends meet. So this game was this website, before they decided to fucking take them off, pretty much, had turned around and stated, oh yeah, well, pretty much has, because of these payment processes, right, bullying, right, the websites and all that, 2,000 quid, right, well, $2,000 a month. $2,000 in the pounds, content creator, right, that I was supporting, right, supported once, right, with £5, is making, or was making, more than I earn a month at my current job as a bartender, right. They make more than I do, right? They roughly make about 1,500 quid in British pounds, with 2,000 United States dollar, well, US dollar. Fucking insane. It's fucking crazy, man. Absolutely batshit crazy that people are now gotta fucking fight for the livelihoods as creators and artists and stuff like that, because they're not just targeting, like the petition states, not just targeting what you want to watch or what you want to fucking play. It's also targeting what you want to read and stuff like that. I don't want to get to the point because I've got a Visa now. I think I've got a MasterCard. Definitely got Visa anyway for my bank cards. I don't want to turn around and find out that I can't go out and buy a Warhammer book because the executive rate thinks that it's too graphic or it's too violent, or because there is a faction in Warhammer where it's just pretty much it's one titty hanging out fucking demonettes, when they're back in their demonic realm. They pretty much fucking on one of the floors in the fucking pleasure palace, have fucking like an orgy going on.
Something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
I'm sorry. If they turn around and it's like, oh yeah, no, sorry, you can't buy your book with your credit card or your bank card,
only half the enemy
because
force remains
of the executives doesn't like the brand. It's like, you fucking what? That is the fucking ridiculousness of this all.
If we continue like this,
fucking ridiculous, stupid. But it is what it is. So that is it. Everything was going to be down in the link in the description. It's going to be about like 3-4 videos right down there for you to watch, as well as the link for this there. Fucking sign up for this thing. Right, bloody hell, dog. Lie down. Thank you. Right, okay. I think this is more or less my last battle. And it's legit just is taking them out slowly bit by bit. Oh, honestly, my throat is so itchy and dry. I don't even know what's wrong, man. I've been drinking fucking non-stop. Got like a decent sized bottle of. I don't know. I don't know what that unit. It doesn't have units on. I'd say it's about 800 milliliters. I fucking like orange cordial in tap water. I've also got like another 800 one with just pure water that's from a protein shake, which I was meant to sort out earlier after having a workout after finish work.
Utterly vanquished. This is.
Oh, right, I'm gonna do a second. Alright, I just had a bit of a cough, hopefully trying to dislodge it. Hasn't dislodged, but hopefully it should sort itself out. But it's like I finished work, and pretty much I do myself like a mini workout with like I think it's like 5 gallon like kind of like water fountain jugs with the handle on the side. I used them for me New Year's punch. Gotta make it a little bit weaker this year. Missed last year, the year before. It was so strong, right? I had to go out and buy right, 2 new bottles, right? 2 other bottles, right, of lemonade to soothing it. Tasted fucking great. But you just drink it like fucking juice. But definitely, like some sort of water or lemonade would have made it fucking beautiful, right? And not kill people. Like, people were joking because how strong it was that they could have put it into the car, right, and fucking drove home on it. But yeah, no. So I've just pretty much got those filled with water. Got no idea how heavy they are, but that broke my arm. Went to the gym, couldn't get back into the gym properly, so I stopped. I just stopped going to the gym. And one thing led to another. I have severely, I've gained weight. I have lost muscle mass. It's just a bit of a fat fun for us, right? I kind of want to get back right to how I was, but a little bit easier said than done, you know. But yeah, no. So busy, slowly doing that back, right? Doing like incline presses, incline push-ups, the dips, all that. I do not fight any other battle here. It's pretty much I get siege raided like 3-4 different locations. I do not fight anywhere. I do not believe. Do I fight somewhere? Don't think I do. Give me a second and I will find out. No, there is no fight after this, so I'm going to end this video here. Pretty much what I do is I skip another turn and I end it. If I don't just skip a turn, it's 2 turns, right? So when you come back right in the next episode, right, of the Rohan campaign, it's not going to be 122 or 112. It's just going to be, it'll be 113, 114, maybe 115 max. Pretty much another army raid coming sieges. That's it, right? Don't do anything, no battles, no major things. So I'm going to end this here, right? Everything's going to be in the description below to check out the videos in full length, right, for all the information about everything that I talked about. The signature raid like thing, right, is going to be down in the description below. And honestly, hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, bye bye.